Welcome today. We're diving deep into a topic that touches many hearts, rekindling the spark in your marriage after 60. You know, reaching your golden years is a beautiful milestone, but it can also bring unexpected challenges to your relationship. If you're feeling that something's missing, or that the connection isn't what it used to be, you're not alone. Picture this. After decades of marriage, raising children, building careers, and weathering life's storms together, you find yourself in a quieter house with more time on your hands than ever before. Maybe retirement has changed your daily routines, or perhaps health challenges have affected your intimacy. These changes can leave even the strongest couples feeling disconnected. But here's the beautiful truth that many don't realize. Your 60s, 70s, and beyond can actually be the most romantic and fulfilling chapter of your marriage. Why? Because now you have something precious that you didn't have in your younger years: wisdom, experience, and most importantly, time. Time to rediscover each other, time to heal old wounds, and time to create new memories together. You see, I've spent years studying relationships in later life, talking with hundreds of couples who've successfully reignited their love after 60. And what I've discovered might surprise you. The couples who maintain the strongest bonds aren't necessarily the ones who had perfect marriages throughout their lives. No, the strongest couples are those who understood one simple truth. Love isn't just a feeling, it's a skill. And like any skill, it can be learned, practiced, and perfected at any age. Today, I'm going to share with you the secrets that these successful couples have discovered. These aren't just theoretical ideas or generic advice. These are real, practical strategies that have transformed countless marriages. Whether you've been feeling distant from your spouse for years, or just noticed that the spark isn't as bright as it used to be, what you'll learn today could completely transform your relationship. But before we dive into these life-changing strategies, I want you to know something important. If you're watching this video, you've already taken the first and most crucial step. You're willing to learn and grow. That alone puts you ahead of 90% of couples who simply accept a mediocre relationship as normal in their later years. Think about it. When you first fell in love, everything felt magical, didn't it? The way your heart would skip a beat when they walked into the room, how a simple touch could make your whole day brighter, how you couldn't wait to share every little detail of your life with them. That magic didn't disappear. It's still there, just waiting to be rediscovered. In the next hour, we're going to explore exactly how to bring that magic back. We'll talk about understanding the unique challenges that couples face after 60, how to rebuild emotional intimacy even if you've grown apart, practical ways to improve your communication, strategies for rekindling physical intimacy in a way that's comfortable and fulfilling for both partners, and most importantly, how to create new shared experiences that will bring you closer than ever before. But I want to be clear about something. This isn't about trying to recreate your relationship exactly as it was in your 20s or 30s. This is about building something even better. A deeper, more mature love that's enriched by your shared history and strengthened by the wisdom you've gained over the years. What we're going to discuss today isn't just theory. These are proven strategies that have worked for countless couples in their 60s, 70s, and beyond. I'm going to share real stories from real couples who've successfully rekindled their love, and I'll break down exactly what they did differently that made their relationships thrive. So, if you're ready to transform your marriage and create the kind of loving, fulfilling relationship you've always dreamed of, you're in the right place. Get comfortable. Maybe even invite your spouse to watch with you. And let's begin this journey together. Remember, it's never too late to fall in love again with the person you chose to spend your life with. Let's start with the first and most fundamental step in rekindling your marriage: understanding what really changes in relationships after 60 and why these changes can actually be opportunities for deeper connection rather than obstacles to overcome. The first thing we need to understand is that relationships after 60 face unique challenges that younger couples simply don't experience. One of the biggest changes comes with retirement. Suddenly, you're spending more time together than ever before. While this might sound wonderful, it can actually create unexpected tension. You see, when you've spent decades in your own routines, adjusting to constant togetherness can be surprisingly challenging. Many couples find themselves irritated by habits they never noticed before. Maybe your spouse's way of loading the dishwasher suddenly bothers you, or perhaps their television habits are driving you crazy. This isn't a sign that your love is fading. It's simply an adjustment period that every couple goes through. The key is to understand that this increased time together is actually a precious gift. Instead of focusing on the small annoyances, successful couples learn to use this time to create new shared experiences. For example, Sarah and Tom, a couple I worked with, decided to treat retirement as a second honeymoon phase. They started taking cooking classes together every Thursday. Not only did this give them something to look forward to, but it also created natural opportunities for conversation and collaboration. Another major challenge couples face after 60 is dealing with health changes. Whether it's reduced mobility, chronic conditions, or changes in energy levels, health issues can significantly impact your relationship. But here's what most people don't realize. These challenges can actually strengthen your bond if you approach them the right way. Take Mary and John, for instance. When John's arthritis made their weekly dancing dates impossible, they could have given up on date nights altogether. Instead, they got creative. They started having candlelit dinners at home, where they would play their favorite dancing music and share stories about their favorite dancing memories. They found that this intimate setting actually led to deeper conversations than they'd ever had on the dance floor. Let's talk about another crucial aspect: emotional intimacy. After decades together, many couples fall into the trap of thinking they know everything about each other. They stop asking questions, stop sharing their inner thoughts, and gradually drift into parallel lives rather than intertwined ones. The solution? Start asking questions again, but not just any questions, the right questions. Here's a powerful exercise that many successful couples use. Every evening, take turns asking each other, what was the best part of your day? And what was the most challenging part of your day? It sounds simple, but this small habit can reignite emotional connection in remarkable ways. Communication patterns also often need refreshing after 60. Many couples have developed habits of criticism or have learned to bottle up their feelings to avoid conflict. The good news is, it's never too late to learn new communication skills. One effective technique is the appreciation practice. Every morning, share one thing you appreciate about your spouse. It could be something as simple as, I appreciate how you always make the coffee, or as profound as, I appreciate how you've always believed in me. Physical intimacy is another area that often needs attention after 60. Many couples feel embarrassed to discuss this topic, but it's crucial for a fulfilling relationship. Remember, intimacy isn't just about sex. It's about physical connection in all its forms. Hold hands more often. Sit close to each other while watching TV. Give each other shoulder rubs. These small physical connections release oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone, which helps strengthen your emotional connection. One often overlooked aspect of rekindling romance is the importance of individual growth. It might sound counterintuitive, but maintaining separate interests and hobbies can actually bring you closer together. When you have your own experiences to share, you become more interesting to each other. Plus, the time apart makes your time together more special. Finally, let's address the role of shared goals. Many couples lose their sense of partnership after their primary shared goals, raising children and building careers, are completed. The solution is to create new shared goals. These don't have to be grand ambitions. Maybe you want to visit all the state parks in your area, or perhaps you want to learn a new language together. The key is having something you're working toward as a team. Now, let's delve into some powerful techniques that can transform your relationship on a daily basis. One of the most effective strategies I've seen couples use is what I call the memory lane method. You see, after decades together, many couples make the mistake of focusing only on the present or worrying about the future. But your shared history is one of your greatest resources for rekindling romance. Here's how the memory lane method works. Once a week, set aside an hour to revisit a specific period in your relationship. Pull out old photo albums, letters, or souvenirs. But don't just look at them. Share what you remember about that time. What were you thinking when that photo was taken? What hopes did you have? What made you laugh together? This isn't just reminiscing. It's actively reinforcing your bond by remembering why you fell in love in the first place. Another powerful technique is what I call the 15-minute connection ritual. In our busy lives, even retired couples can get caught up in routines and forget to truly connect. Here's how it works. Every day, spend 15 uninterrupted minutes together. No TV, no phones, no distractions. Just sit together and talk. But here's the crucial part. You can't discuss problems, daily tasks, or responsibilities during this time. Instead, share your thoughts, dreams, fears, or happy memories. Let's talk about something that many couples struggle with: dealing with past hurts. Even in the strongest marriages, there are often unresolved issues or old wounds that never fully healed. After 60, these emotional scars can become more prominent as you have more time to reflect on your life together. The key is learning how to heal together rather than letting these issues create distance. I recommend using what I call the healing conversation framework. Start by choosing a quiet time when you're both feeling calm and connected. Begin with appreciation. Share something you value about your partner or your relationship. Then, use "I feel" statements rather than accusations. Instead of saying, "You never listened to me," try, "I felt unheard when." Remember, the goal isn't to assign blame, but to understand each other better and move forward together. Another vital aspect of rekindling your marriage is creating new traditions. Many couples find that their old routines no longer work after 60. Maybe you can't stay up late for date night anymore, or perhaps certain activities are no longer physically comfortable. Instead of mourning what you can't do, focus on creating new traditions that work for who you are now. For example, one couple I worked with started what they call their sunrise coffee dates. Every morning, they watch the sunrise together while sharing their first cup of coffee. It's simple, but it's become their special time to connect before the day begins. Another couple started a Sunday adventure tradition where they take turns planning a small outing or activity for the other person. It doesn't have to be elaborate. Sometimes it's just trying a new restaurant or visiting a local park they've never been to. Let's address something that many couples struggle with but rarely discuss: the fear of loss. As you get older, thoughts about mortality can create anxiety that affects your relationship. Some couples respond by becoming overly dependent on each other, while others pull away emotionally to protect themselves. Neither approach serves your relationship. Instead, use this awareness to deepen your appreciation for each other. Practice what I call present moment gratitude. Each day, take a moment to consciously acknowledge that this day with your partner is a gift. Express your gratitude not just for the big things, but for the small, everyday moments you share. Remember, rekindling your marriage isn't about grand gestures or dramatic changes. It's about consistently choosing to turn toward each other rather than away. It's about finding new ways to express love and appreciation. It's about creating moments of connection in your daily life even when it's not easy or convenient. Now, let's talk about something that many couples in their 60s and beyond struggle with: adapting to changes in physical intimacy. This is a sensitive topic, but it's crucial for maintaining a fulfilling relationship. Remember, intimacy isn't just about sex. It's about maintaining a deep physical and emotional connection with your partner. First, let's address the elephant in the room. Physical changes are normal and natural. Many couples feel embarrassed or frustrated when they can't be intimate in the same ways they used to be. But here's what successful couples understand. These changes aren't the end of intimacy. They're an opportunity to explore new ways of connecting physically. The key is what I call the touch connection practice. This involves being intentional about physical touch throughout the day. Hold hands while watching TV, give a gentle shoulder squeeze when passing by, share a longer hug before bed. These small touches release oxytocin, which helps maintain your emotional bond. One couple I worked with started what they call their morning and evening embrace, a 30-second hug at the beginning and end of each day. They reported feeling more connected than they had in years. Another important aspect is creating a comfortable environment for intimacy. As we age, our bodies might need more support or different conditions to feel comfortable. This might mean adjusting room temperature, using more pillows for support, or choosing different times of day when energy levels are higher. The key is to communicate openly about these needs without embarrassment. Let's move on to another crucial topic: maintaining independence while staying connected. Many couples make the mistake of becoming too dependent on each other after retirement. While togetherness is important, maintaining some level of independence is crucial for a healthy relationship. Think of it like a dance. You need both connection and space to move gracefully together. I recommend what I call the parallel pursuits strategy. This involves each partner having their own interests and activities while still sharing core aspects of life together. For example, one spouse might join a book club while the other takes up gardening. Then, you come together to share what you've learned or experienced. This gives you fresh topics for conversation and helps maintain your individual identities. Another common challenge after 60 is dealing with family dynamics, especially regarding adult children and grandchildren. Many couples find themselves disagreeing about boundaries, involvement levels, or how to handle family situations. The key is to remember that you and your spouse are the primary unit. You need to present a united front. Use what I call the partnership first principle. Before responding to family situations, take time to discuss them privately as a couple. Make decisions together about how involved you want to be, what boundaries you need to set, and how to handle challenging situations. This strengthens your bond and prevents family issues from creating discord in your relationship. Financial concerns can also strain relationships after 60. Whether you're dealing with retirement adjustments, healthcare costs, or planning for the future, money matters can create significant stress. The solution is to have regular financial check-in conversations. These aren't just about numbers. They're about sharing your fears, hopes, and plans for the future. Schedule these conversations for times when you're both relaxed and can focus. Use what I call the team approach. Together, each achieves more. Instead of seeing financial challenges as sources of conflict, view them as problems you're solving together. Share your concerns openly, but also focus on finding solutions as a team. Remember, one of the most beautiful aspects of marriage after 60 is the depth of understanding you've developed over the years. Use this understanding to support each other through challenges. When your partner is struggling, whether with health issues, emotional concerns, or daily frustrations, practice what I call compassionate listening. This means giving them your full attention, acknowledging their feelings without trying to fix everything, and simply being present with them in their difficulty. Now, let's explore what I call the joy multiplier effect in marriages after 60. This is about finding ways to amplify the happiness in your relationship by creating new experiences together. You see, many couples fall into the trap of thinking that all the exciting parts of their relationship are behind them. Nothing could be further from the truth. The first step in the joy multiplier effect is what I call adventure dating. This doesn't mean you need to go skydiving or travel the world, though you certainly can if you want to. It's about bringing novelty and excitement back into your relationship in ways that work for you. Try having breakfast for dinner, watching the sunset from a new location, or learning a simple card game together. The key is doing something different from your usual routine. I worked with a couple, Robert and Patricia, who started what they called their Mystery Monday tradition. Each Monday, they would take turns planning a small surprise for each other. Sometimes, it was as simple as making the other person's favorite childhood dessert or finding a new walking path in their neighborhood. These small adventures brought back the element of surprise and anticipation that many long-term relationships lose over time. Another powerful technique is what I call skills exchange. After decades together, it's easy to fall into fixed roles where each person handles certain tasks. But switching things up can create new appreciation and understanding. Maybe you can teach your spouse your secret recipe while they show you how to take better photos with your phone. This not only creates learning opportunities, but also helps you see each other in new ways. Let's talk about something that many couples overlook: the importance of laughter in marriage. As we age, life can become more serious, dealing with health issues, family concerns, and other challenges. But maintaining a sense of humor is crucial for a vibrant relationship. I recommend the Daily Laugh Challenge, actively looking for ways to make each other smile or laugh at least once every day. One couple I worked with started collecting funny cartoons or jokes that reminded them of each other. They would leave these little humor surprises in unexpected places, tucked in a book, on the bathroom mirror, or next to the coffee maker. These small moments of shared laughter became highlights of their day and strengthened their bond. Another vital aspect of rekindling your marriage is what I call dream revival. Just because you're in your 60s or beyond doesn't mean you should stop dreaming together. Take time to discuss what you'd still like to achieve, learn, or experience, both individually and as a couple. Maybe you've always wanted to learn to paint, write a family history, or visit a specific place. The key here is to support each other's dreams, no matter how big or small. One couple I worked with made a bucket list box where they would write down their dreams and aspirations on small pieces of paper. Every month, they would pull out one slip and make plans to work toward that goal together. This gave them something to look forward to and plan for as a team. Let's address something that many couples struggle with: maintaining social connections as you age. It's common for social circles to shrink after 60, but maintaining friendships and social activities is crucial for a healthy marriage. When you have rich social lives, you bring more energy and interesting experiences back to your relationship. I recommend what I call the social connection calendar. Set aside time each month to plan social activities, whether it's hosting a small dinner party, joining a community group, or simply meeting friends for coffee. The key is to have a mix of activities you do together as a couple, and some you do separately with your own friends. Remember, having separate social activities doesn't mean you're growing apart. It actually helps you grow together by giving you new experiences and perspectives to share with each other. This prevents the common problem of having nothing new to talk about after years together. Let's dive into what I call the communication revolution, transforming how you talk and listen to each other after decades together. You see, many couples fall into communication patterns that no longer serve them well. The good news is, you can learn new ways to communicate that will deepen your connection and help resolve conflicts more effectively. First, let's talk about the sacred hour technique. This is different from the 15-minute connection we discussed earlier. The sacred hour is a weekly practice where you and your spouse set aside one uninterrupted hour to discuss deeper matters. The key is to follow specific guidelines that make these conversations productive rather than confrontational. Here's how it works. Choose a time when you're both relaxed, perhaps after dinner or during a weekend morning. Start with what I call the appreciation round. Each person shares 3 specific things they appreciated about their partner that week. Then move on to the concern round. Each person can share one concern or issue they'd like to discuss. The important rule here is that when one person is speaking, the other must listen without interrupting or defending. I worked with a couple, David and Margaret, who transformed their relationship using this technique. They discovered that having a structured time to discuss concerns prevented them from bringing up issues during moments of frustration. Plus, starting with appreciation helped them approach difficult topics with a more positive mindset. Another powerful tool is what I call the pause and reflect method. As we age, we often become more set in our ways and quicker to react. This method involves taking a deliberate pause before responding to something that triggers you. During that pause, ask yourself 3 questions. Why am I really upset? What does my partner need right now? And how can I respond in a way that brings us closer? Let's address something that many couples struggle with: the art of apologizing. After decades together, some couples either stop apologizing altogether or offer empty apologies that don't heal the hurt. I teach what I call the 4-part apology. Acknowledge what you did wrong, express genuine remorse, explain how you'll do better, and ask what you can do to make it right. Here's an example. Instead of saying, "I'm sorry you got upset," try, "I realize I shouldn't have dismissed your concerns about our retirement planning. I feel terrible about making you feel unheard. In the future, I'll give your concerns my full attention. What can I do to help you feel more secure about our plans?" Another crucial aspect of communication is what I call emotional weather reports. Just as you might check the weather forecast, it's important to regularly share your emotional state with your partner. This prevents misunderstandings and helps your spouse know how to support you better. You might say, "I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed today with our upcoming doctor's appointments," or "I'm feeling particularly grateful and happy this morning." Let's talk about the bridge building technique for when you find yourselves on opposite sides of an issue. Instead of trying to convince each other who's right, focus on building a bridge of understanding. Start by fully stating your partner's position to their satisfaction before expressing your own view. This shows you're really listening and helps find common ground. One often overlooked aspect of communication is nonverbal cues. As we age, sometimes we forget the power of simple gestures, a gentle touch, a knowing smile, or a concerned look. I encourage couples to practice what I call silent connection moments, times when you communicate your love and support without words. Finally, let's address the importance of timing in communication. Many couples make the mistake of trying to discuss important matters when they're tired, hungry, or stressed. I teach the traffic light rule. Green light times are when you're both relaxed and receptive. These are perfect for important conversations. Yellow light times are when one or both of you are tired or distracted. Save serious discussions for later. Red light times are when you're angry or upset. Absolutely avoid important conversations during these times. Now, let's talk about something that many couples after 60 find challenging: planning for the future while living fully in the present. I call this the legacy of love approach. It's about building something meaningful together that extends beyond your daily life and relationship. First, let's explore what I call the Values Alignment Project. As you enter your golden years, it becomes increasingly important to ensure you and your spouse are on the same page about what truly matters. This isn't just about money or practical matters, it's about your core values and what kind of legacy you want to leave together. Start by separately writing down your top 5 values and what you hope people will remember about your life together. Then, share these with each other. You might be surprised to find new areas of alignment or understand differences that have been causing tension. One couple I worked with discovered they both deeply valued education, which led them to start a small scholarship fund at their local high school, something that gave their retirement years new meaning and purpose. Let's talk about the future memory creation technique. Instead of just planning for the future, imagine you're creating memories that your children, grandchildren, or loved ones will cherish. This might involve recording your love story for future generations, creating a family cookbook of cherished recipes, or starting a tradition that can be passed down. One powerful tool I recommend is the Wisdom Journal. This is a shared journal where you both write down life lessons, favorite memories, and advice you'd like to pass on to younger generations. It becomes not just a record of your relationship, but a gift of wisdom for those who come after you. Now, let's address something vital: planning for each other's well-being. I call this the Care and Share Plan. It's about having honest conversations about aging, healthcare preferences, and how you want to be cared for. These discussions can be difficult, but they're acts of love that protect both you and your spouse from having to make difficult decisions without guidance. The key is to approach these conversations with love rather than fear. Use what I call the love framework when discussing tough topics. Listen without judgment. Open your heart to their concerns. Voice your own wishes clearly, and express appreciation for having these important discussions together. Another crucial aspect is what I call joy planning. This involves deliberately planning future moments of joy together. It's easy to get caught up in practical planning and forget to plan for happiness. Set up what I call joy milestones, special experiences or achievements you want to share together in the coming years. For example, one couple I worked with created their seasonal joy list. They planned one special activity for each season: watching cherry blossoms in spring, beach picnics in summer, apple picking in fall, and indoor garden visits in winter. These planned moments of joy gave them something to look forward to and ensured they didn't let time slip by without celebrating their life together. Let's talk about financial harmony, not just managing money, but using it to strengthen your relationship. I teach what I call the 3-bucket system. 1 bucket for security, essential expenses, 1 for shared dreams, travel, hobbies, special purchases, and 1 for legacy, what you want to leave behind or give to others. This system helps couples align their financial decisions with their values and relationship goals. Remember, building a legacy isn't just about material things. It's about the impact you have on others as a couple. I encourage what I call relationship mentoring. Share your wisdom with younger couples, either informally or through community programs. Your experience, both successes and challenges, can help others navigate their own relationships. Finally, practice what I call future gratitude. Imagine yourself 5 years from now, looking back at this period of your life. What would you be grateful for? What would you wish you had done differently? Use these insights to make conscious choices about how you spend your time and energy today. Before we wrap up this journey together, let's discuss what I call the wisdom integration phase. Taking all we've learned and making it work in your daily life. Remember, knowledge without action is like having a map, but never taking the journey. Let's talk about how to put everything we've discussed into practice. First, I want to share what I call the 3 pillars of lasting love that successful couples over 60 consistently demonstrate. The first pillar is conscious gratitude. Actively noticing and expressing appreciation for your partner every single day. The second is intentional growth, continuing to learn and evolve both individually and as a couple. The third is gentle persistence, understanding that rekindling love is not a one-time effort, but a daily choice. One of the most powerful techniques I've seen couples use is what I call the daily love ritual. Choose 3 small actions that you'll commit to doing every day to show love to your spouse. These should be simple enough that you can do them even on your hardest days. Maybe it's a morning kiss, a midday text, and an evening thank you for something specific. These small, consistent actions create a foundation of connection that can weather any storm. Remember the importance of what I call love languages evolution. The ways we give and receive love often change as we age. What made you feel loved in your 40s might be different from what makes you feel loved now. Take time to discuss this with your partner and update your understanding of each other's needs. Now, let's talk about handling setbacks, because they will happen. Use what I call the reset button technique. When you feel disconnected or frustrated, don't wait for things to get worse. Call a loving timeout and say, "Can we hit the reset button?" This simple phrase can help you step back from tension and start fresh. As we conclude, I want to share what I believe is the most important secret to a lasting, loving marriage after 60. It's what I call the daily choice. Every morning when you wake up, make a conscious choice to love your partner, not just for who they were when you first fell in love, not just for who you hope they'll become, but for exactly who they are today. Now, let me leave you with what I call the 7 sacred promises, commitments that can transform your relationship. Chapter 1, promise to see the best in each other, even on the hardest days. 2, promise to laugh together at least once every day. Number 3, promise to create new memories while cherishing the old ones. 4, promise to be gentle with each other's hearts. 5, promise to grow together rather than apart. 6, promise to forgive quickly and love deeply. 7, promise to make each day count. Remember, you're not just maintaining a marriage, you're creating a masterpiece. Every day is an opportunity to add new colors, textures, and depths to your love story. The challenges you face aren't obstacles to happiness. They're opportunities to demonstrate the depth of your commitment and the strength of your love. Thank you for joining me on this journey of discovery and growth. If you found value in these insights, please remember to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more wisdom about living your best life after 60. Share this video with someone you think might benefit from these messages about love, growth, and connection. Before you go, here's one final thought. The most beautiful chapters of your love story may still be unwritten. Every sunrise brings a new opportunity to deepen your connection, express your love, and create moments that will become cherished memories. Remember, it's never too late to fall in love again with the person you chose to spend your life with. Your relationship is a precious gift. Nurture it, celebrate it, and watch it bloom in ways you never imagined possible. This is Goha Journey, wishing you love, joy, and countless beautiful moments together. Until next time, keep choosing love, keep growing together, and keep making every moment count. Thank you for watching, and may your journey of love continue to unfold in beautiful ways.